must be the loser team. It only takes one hit and they out. I'll take Xana on my daggone self. They heads bigger than I remember. Hi, my name is Chris. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about Code Lyoko. Code Lyoko will reset it. Virtualization. One of my iconic subscribers requested a Code Lyoko video in my cartoon rewatch series, and you know I had to do it because I definitely grew up on Code Lyoko. I lead up virtualization. Jeremy big Sasquatch head. I picked a random episode called Straight to Heart because y'all know I'ma just jump in. One thing about me, and as I was watching, I got my notes here because hi, my name is Chris. I'm a contemporary fantasy author and the creator of my own comedy mystery cartoon called WKS. The pilot's out now, so go check that out because we almost at 10K views. Let's get it, let's go. But okay, I'm about to break down this entire episode and give you the play-by-play. So if it's been a minute since you've seen Code Lyoko and you don't remember this episode and you don't remember the show like that, I got you. And if you've never seen Code Lyoko but you love my videos, then I got you too. Okay, so boom, it starts off with them in that virtualization dungeon. I call it a little dungeon, the underground bunker, whatever you want to call it, where they go virtualization. Ulrich and Odd enter saying they returned from camp. What's the latest and the greatest? And Jeremy Bighead says, well, Xana hasn't attacked in a long time since she discovered the World Wide Web. So Xana's gone global. And just so you know, Xana is the antagonist in Code Lyoko. He's this virus in the computer. And the kids are trying to stop him by going in the computer and defeating Xana each episode. Anyways, Jeremy must have ADHD and not like peace because he's like, I gotta find Xana. Let me reprogram to find where Xana's hiding. Meanwhile, Yumi pulls Ulrich to the side with Yumi big 3D head and she's like, Ulrich, I gotta tell you something. I've been thinking over the summer, but then they get interrupted because they gotta go pick up their class schedule. So then Yumi's like, I'll tell you later. See, she shouldn't be hesitating her big giant head because just spit it out. So they go pick up their schedules, but then this mean girl with a pentagon-sized head, she come try to wedge herself between Ulrich and Yumi because she likes Ulrich. And Yumi over there looking like a giant. How tall is she? She probably the tallest one in the whole group. Anyways, this is where Odd picks up his schedule and realizes, oh my gosh, I don't have any classes with my friends. What am I gonna do? He's devastated. He runs off to speak to the principal to get this sorted out while Ulrich pulls Yumi to the side like, oh, what were you gonna tell me? Both of them just timid. Come on, y'all gotta spit this out. It's getting ridiculous. Cause Yumi hesitates again. And a blue-haired boy walk up to Yumi and she's like, oh, I'll tell you later, Ulrich. Ulrich need to watch out cause Mr. Steal Your Girl, he gonna steal Yumi right up from under him. Fast forward, now they're at the lunch table and Ulrich asks Yumi again, like, what were you gonna tell me? What did you need to tell me? Please tell me now. They get interrupted for the third time. I'm tired of these two. Yumi's younger brother with his coconut head came to terrorize her. Meanwhile, jump over to Odd, who's persuading the principal to change the schedule, but the principal then reveals, hey, this is coming straight from Jim's orders, and Jim is the gym teacher, ironically. And if I'm not mistaken, if memory serves me correct, Jim actually knew about Code Lyoko at some point, and maybe he knows in this episode about, he knows those kids for real though. That's why I was confused why his big gumbo head was saying he wanted to separate Odd from the group. Like, why would you do that? Anyways, Jeremy finally finds Xana. Him and Aelita run off because that's his AI girlfriend, but we gonna get into that later. Yumi tries to talk to Ulrich again for the fourth time. They get interrupted by the Pentagon head girl, but they shove past her to follow Jeremy and Aelita, and I think they knocked her lunch tray over. They wrong for that. Odd goes to find Jim, the gym teacher, in his room or his office, but he's not there, and I don't know how it's open, but he got in and he's snooping around his stuff and finds an old embarrassing disco CD of Jim dancing to use to blackmail Jim to fix his class schedule. But y'all, Xana is attacking Aelita, running to the virtualization first. Yumi and Ulrich finally get some time away and they wind up in the forest talking, and Yumi's like, listen, I've been thinking over the summer, this is just too much. A situationship is gone on for long enough. You running around, I'm running around, you creeping around town with her, I'm jealous, I'm creeping around town, you jealous. It's just too much. So she says, let's just be friends, Ulrich. He don't know how to take it, so he's like, okay, fantastic. But they're interrupted and get the call from Jeremy like, Xana, hello, let's go. They all get virtualized in the virtual world and they go off to find Xana to fight him. Jeremy always stays behind to direct them, so he's at the computer telling them where to go while they're in the virtual world. So they jump in, running, climbing, get past checkpoints, fighting monsters, and surprisingly Odd is holding them back, but like I'll get into that later in the video because I love me some Odd growing up. Anyways, Jeremy directs them to the south pole of the dome to find the monsters. They get their vehicles. Aelita's riding with Yumi while Yumi's kicking butt. Fast forward, Yumi stay behind to sacrifice herself. They gotta get up these steps to go save this sphere that Xana's monsters are attacking. Odd go out next, of course. Then it's just Ulrich protecting Aelita. Jeremy says, you gotta get up to that checkpoint and defeat those monsters or else this is the end of Code Lyoko. Yeah, Ulrich go out next. Then Aelita, she do a little 1-2 cute power, but y'all know she weak. She go out next. Then everybody's out of the virtual world. See, this is the loser crew. The big-headed loser crew. The big Sasquatch head loser crew. This is ridiculous. Anyways, they go back to their regular lives and Odd goes to Jim and says blackmail isn't cool because his friends told him in the virtual world, like, don't blackmail. And so he says, Jim, I'm sorry. And Jim just fixes his schedule. Like, I didn't know you just wanted to be with your friends, but why did you try to separate them in the first place? And see, okay, 2 plus 2 don't equal 6. We gotta get into these characters because it's not adding up. So that's what happened in the Straight to Heart episode of Code Lyoko. So now my favorite part of the video, let's analyze these characters. Okay, so first, which character from Code Lyoko made absolutely no sense? Jim, because like I just said, why did you try to separate Odd from his friend group? Because remember, the principal told Odd, I can't fix your schedule because these are direct orders from Jim. You gotta go ask him why he wants you separated from the friend group. Mind you, Odd never even asked Jim why he was trying to separate him from his friend group. So it's giving old and dusty and you jealous of these young folks and they cute little friend group and you trying to separate Odd. I don't know, maybe it's an episode before this that I'm missing though, because y'all know I just jumped right in. So, but it just seemed like based off this one episode, Jim is jelly. Because no way all it took for him to fix the schedule was Odd coming to him saying, boarding school is tough enough. I just want to be with my friends. And Jim's like, okay, yeah, I'll fix the schedule since you just want to be with your friends. I didn't know. You knew them folks was friends. With his big jambalaya shrimp brick head. Next, which character had a smart mouth? Jeremy, wrap it up, no notes. That boy with his quantum physics head, he always was snapping at folks. Cause why after Yumi and Ulrich had that situationship talk and agreed to just be friends, they go down the elevator to get virtualized and Jeremy notices them like, is there a problem? Sensing the tension between them. And they say, no, we're fine. And Jeremy's like, great, head for the scanners. Jeremy. And I know he got the Pythagorean theorem right up in his, right here. Then another time with Jeremy's smart mouth is when they're in the virtual world and Jeremy's guiding them through and he's like, below you, the monsters are in the room below you. And Ailita's like, what are they doing there? And then Jeremy said, how am I supposed to know? Instead of talking, head for that room. How are you supposed to? I would have said, Jeremy, come up in here right now. Come up in the WW web, the virtual world, and we gonna throw hands. Cause then when they're fighting the monsters, he says, don't forget to deactivate the countdown or else you'll be home a lot sooner than you think. Are we not in this together? You get to sit back home looking pretty in the chair and we kicking butt in the virtual world and you talking about hurry up and don't tell me to hurry up. I said, Jeremy, you come up in here. And then on top of that, he got the nerve to say, I've got a bad feeling about this. Well, I got a bad feeling about your Geronimo head. Now, which character from Code Lyoko was the most surprising? I'm gonna say Odd because like I said, I loved Odd growing up and I thought he was so cool. I loved his comedic relief. I thought he just brought so much life to the friend group. And the cat character persona suit in the virtual world was just the icing on the cake. But I'm watching it back, like, why is Odd so weak? He is holding this group back. If somebody has to get cut, it's Odd. Gotta get some more training done because he couldn't even jump on top. They were moving. It was like some stacks of bricks and they were moving and he couldn't even jump on top and jump across. How you the cat and you the cat suit and you can't jump like a cat? He about to fall several times and get devirtualized. Then when him and Ulrich fight these monsters together, he the one holding them back and Ulrich is like, I'm the one who did all the work. And he's like, really? I thought it was me. Get him out of here. How you a cat and you can't jump? And then you blackmailing one of the teachers at the boarding school. Get his big pumpernickel head out of here. He's got to get some extensive training. He's got to go back to the lab, do some practice rounds in the virtual world, and maybe we can get you back and maybe you can try to defeat Xana. But right now, you are not equipped with the skills. Which character was the MVP? Yumi big eggnog head. I liked her. She was a real one. She spoke her mind. She's the one who pulled Ulrich to the side like, hey, we can't do this situationship. She was mature. She stayed behind and she had sacrificed herself when they went up to handle those monsters attacking that sphere. And she driving Ailita around and using her fan to dodge attacks and attack these monsters, doing more damage than Ulrich and Odd, and they on their own. And it was funny when Jeremy was directing them to the South Pole of the dome and he was just talking. And Yumi said, vehicles, Jeremy, like get on track. Where the vehicles at? Do your freaking job. And honestly, Yumi's character reminded me of number 5 from Codename Kids Next Door. So comment down below, do you see the comparison? And let me know who your favorite character was from Code Lyoko. And finally, which characters needed some counseling? Yumi and Ulrich, but honestly, I feel like everybody can relate to that situationship. Here one day, y'all good, the next day don't start, you up, down, left, right. Just let it go. I'm glad Yumi said, hey, we gotta cut this off. It's getting a little spooky. But their situationship segues us nicely to our next topic, which is, here's what I noticed watching Code Lyoko as a kid versus an adult now. As a kid, I certainly ate up the romantic tension between them. I was like, yes, give me more Ulrich, give me more Yumi. What happened between them? I looked forward to those episodes and I wanted them to be together so bad. But watching their situationship as an adult now, knowing what we know, wrap it up. They gotta call it quits. It gets to a point where it's ridiculous and you just gotta cut ties. Because it was definitely giving toxic, and also you shouldn't be dating nobody in your friend group anyway. Comment down below. Do you think it's okay to date within your friend group? Let me know. But also on a technical technical level where they keep getting interrupted, having to have this serious conversation. I thought that was a good tidbit to add into the episode. But also, if you keep getting these signs, that's just a reason you shouldn't be together. Next, let's talk about this boarding school premise because I ate it up as a kid. Kind of like Zoe 101 where you get to be by yourself at school and it's just a fun time. Now, mind you, I didn't go to boarding school, so comment down below if you went to boarding school or you know folks that went to boarding school, because as an adult now, I've heard stories and I'm glad I didn't go to no daggone boarding school. See, they tried to sell us them smoke and mirrors with Camp Rock. I didn't go camping, but I know camp wasn't like that. High School Musical, high school was not like that. We were bamboozled, hoodwinked, and led astray, speckledorfed, and that's not even a word, and I agree with me. But again, I didn't go to boarding school, so comment down below, what have you heard? And last but not least, in the virtual world, one attack and y'all are out, you're just done. This is the loser crew. I don't remember it in this way where that one session you have to save Code Lyoko or Code Lyoko will be nevermore. Literally in this episode, they all got and they didn't save Code Lyoko. So now what? They just went back to their regular lives. This is really the loser crew. How do you come back from that? And this is why Xana is running amok on the World Wide Web. Comment down below, do you remember one hit and you're out of Code Lyoko? But also, isn't that crazy? Mind you, the episode was already long enough, so I don't think they could really handle giving the characters life points and stuff. So that kind of makes sense. Finally, let's get into Jeremy because he was the original AI love. You in love with chat? You in love with AI? Jeremy was the original. Aelita was virtual. She wasn't even a real human. Jeremy fell in love with AI. Ain't that something? I guess he was trying to tell us something. Virtualization. Honestly, AI love is so fascinating to me because the AI bot will be anybody you want it to be. And I think that's just so, you can write a whole thesis paper on that. But that's all I got for today's video. If you enjoyed this cartoon rewatch and you laughed, then you're gonna love my comedy mystery cartoon called WKS. The pilot's out now. Go check that out. We're almost at 10K views. And make sure to follow me on Instagram, Threads, TikTok, and Facebook.
And finally, I want to give the biggest shout out to my iconic Patreon members. Without y'all, I would not be able to make these videos. I wouldn't be able to make cartoon rewatch videos. I wouldn't be able to make WKS videos. Honestly, it's all you, man. Demetrius in the building. Then we got Trapstar. Then we got Amar. Then we got Kelly. Then we got Collins. Everybody's so iconic. Driving in a fast lane, iconic. Join a Patreon so I can rap your name in the next one, iconic. Hey, amazing shout out to my iconic Patreon members. And if you're not already a Patreon member, join the Patreon, okay? This goes a long way in supporting me and my videos and my channel, and I truly do appreciate it. Plus, if you want more videos on my channel, come on, join that Patreon.
Oh, and one last thing for you, if you don't know, you can watch all of Code Lyoko on YouTube for free. Literally all the episodes are online on YouTube for free. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you love this cartoon video essay analysis rewatch, then definitely check out the other ones I've already done in the playlist. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!